Coming up next on Samford News Network, next year's SGA officers are announced. Hear who will be leading campus next semester.
Plus, students in one public relations class get the chance of a lifetime. Hear how one professor turned the NCAA basketball championship into her classroom.
And campus is positively excited for Rascal Day. We're taking you to the quad to see all of our furry friends. Samford News Network starts right now. Hello, and welcome to Samford News Network. I'm Morgan Hutchinson.
And I'm Andrew Simonson. Thanks for joining us.
Zeta Tau Alpha is going pink this month with some special support from Samford fraternities.
And as SNN's Chris Todd tells us, the race for their fundraiser, Mr. Samford, is heating up.
Think Pink Week is well underway. Zeta Tau Alpha is gearing up for their annual fundraising event, Mr. Samford. Mr. Samford is a men's pageant centered around contestants representing each Greek organization. Contestants spend weeks preparing to compete in various events and are coached by a member of their organization. Mackenzie McCravey, Vice President of Philanthropy for Zeta, says that support for this year's Think Pink Week has been even better than expected.
The support for Think Pink Week has been so much more than I could ask for, honestly. I feel like this semester we've had a much greater turnout. We tried to make it more exciting and more engaging for everyone on campus, and so we've had a great turnout.
According to McCravey, last year they raised over $22,000 for breast cancer education and awareness, Zeta's national philanthropy. As for the contestants, they say they're excited for the chance to get to perform in this year's pageant.
I'm looking forward to performing on Saturday. I've been dreaming of it since freshman year. Finally got my gig last year going around the block. And I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. I'm really thinking everybody's going to love it, so we'll see.
Each contestant is raising money in the name of the organization they're representing.
So I set a fundraising goal of $2,000, and we're at $1,400 right now, so $600 left. And we got some more donations today because of the slime, so we'll see where we're at the end of the day. But I'm just feeling really good about fundraising throughout the week and what all cool stuff we've done on the quad.
On Saturday, we'll get to see who will be crowned the next Mr. Samford. For Samford News Network, I'm Chris Todd.
For more information about purchasing tickets to Mr. Samford, go to Zeta's Instagram at SamfordZTA.
Elections are officially over on campus, and the student leaders for next year have been named. Student government officers were announced earlier this week. The winners are James Jefferson for president, Vice President for Senate went to Bailey Baldwin, and Vice President for events will be Liz Cowden. You can check your school email to see the attached list of class officers and senators.
Birmingham has been playing host to the early rounds of the NCAA tournament, giving some Bulldogs a chance to see the games close to home. But as SNN's Nikolai Kulp tells us, one class got the chance to do more than just watch the games this year, thanks to a service learning opportunity.
From the glory of victory to the agony of defeat, players, coaches, and fans experience all of the emotions during March Madness. While most watch from home, or some even attend the games, Samford PR students got a rare up-close look at how March Madness is run behind the scenes.
March Madness is a huge sporting event. It happened in multiple cities over the same weekend. It's still going on. And to get a chance to see behind the scenes what it takes to run an event like that, to put on a press conference, to be that close to some of the biggest programs in basketball, some of the most well-known coaches and athletes, to be that close and behind the scenes with a lot of the sports writers and other sports journalists that we normally only see their bylines or see them on TV, to get to network with them, meet them. It was just a once-in-a-lifetime valuable opportunity, and it was the best week ever.
Samford professor Nia Johnson has had a partnership with local sports marketing agency Knight Eady for a few years. She has had some of their employees as guest speakers for her classes, but it was a social media post that got the ball rolling.
A few months ago, they put out a call on their social media platforms asking for volunteers for some of their events. One of them was March Madness, and I thought, oh, March Madness, we've got to be a part of that.
After some forms were filled out and phone calls were made, Johnson and Knight Eady had come to an agreement that the sports PR, along with other classes, would be able to volunteer at March Madness.
Had the classes come over to our office, walk them through what this kind of looks like, but then also through what kind of this industry looks like for PR in sports, and had a bunch of students sign up and had a bunch of Samford students here all week helping with media coordination.
Students assisted media members during press conferences, took notes, delivered stat sheets to media members, among other tasks.
Seeing it at such a large scale was really interesting to me, like all the planning that went into it and how many people it took just on the PR side to get everything done. I thought that was really interesting.
I think the connections that I made with the people, especially at 980, as well as some of the other volunteers, are definitely something that I can take into my professional career, just because I know that I can have, I have mentors out of the people that I volunteered for, as well as like future co-workers out of the peers that I volunteered with, as well as some of the students from different universities that were there.
It was a unique experience for Samford students, and they were working hard and learning, but they also had fun.
The work environment was amazing. People were super friendly, but also professional at the same time. And I really did enjoy that. And also my classmates were there, so it was a lot of fun.
Couldn't have done it without them. They were fabulous, seriously. I know myself and the rest of the Knight Eady team is super grateful for them. We really, truly could not have done this without them. It takes a lot of hands and a lot more than what 3 people can do.
The fact that the students get to put on their resume that they were volunteers, media volunteers for March Madness, the fact that they got to meet who they met and do what they got to do, it's experience that we can't give them in the classroom. It's experience that even a lot of internships don't even offer. And I think that's going to give them a leg up in the interview, application, resume world.
Dr. Johnson says she hopes her future sports students will get the chance to do more service learning projects soon.
Samford's Film Club has been doing collaborations with other student groups all semester. This week, they are partnering with the Science and Religions Club for a special screening. These clubs will show the 2011 film Tree of Life by Terrence Malick tonight. The film stars Brad Pitt, Sean Penn, and Jessica Chastain. It's about a Texas family in 1956 who struggle with parents' different belief system. Science and Religion Club President Adam Kaysen says the themes of the movie make this a great collaboration for the student groups.
So even as we in the world might be battling with reconciling these ideas, the characters in the film are also going through that.
Tree of Life will air in the planetarium at 7. Convo credit will be offered to those who attend. As Samford continues to recruit more students, one program is offering a new class in a fast-growing field. Samford University is undergoing multiple changes and additions for the upcoming 2023 semester. One of these additions is in the Computer Science Department. Professor Cruz tells us what we can expect from the new course, cybersecurity.
Cybersecurity is one of the largest, fastest growing fields in the workforce today. And with these courses, what we're really hoping to do is equip Samford students with the skills that they need to go and be successful in those roles, both entry level, but then also having the skills to grow a career into cybersecurity.
With the newly added course, Professor Cruz, who is also a Samford alumni, says this invites students to enter into a career path that hasn't previously been accessible through the university.
We really believe that this is the first part of a bigger step toward equipping our students to be able to move into a job sector where we haven't had that opportunity in the past.
If you've taken the prerequisite course of either Computer Science 107 or 110, then you can register for the cybersecurity course via Canvas for the 2023 fall semester.
Harry's concert series is back tonight. Lighthearted will be performing at Harry's Coffee House on campus. If you want to check out their music before tonight's concert, their Spotify link can be found on their Instagram at Lighthearted. The concert will also feature an opening act from Samford's own Abby Jane Spades. Harry's concert series is hosted by the Student Activities and the Student Activities Council. Samford is remembering women's place in biblical history this month. In honor of Women's History Month, Beeson Divinity School hosted a Women's Month worship service. Female divinity students, pre-scholars, and worship of the arts students came together for the production. Speakers spoke about women's place in the Bible's salvation story. This was the last women-led service of the semester. Divinity says they hope to host more in the fall.
As spring rolls onto campus this week, the School of the Arts is celebrating the nature exhibit. All students were invited to submit to the exhibit. The Art of Nature is a juried exposition with prizes. The show will be held on the second floor of the University Library. University Library Dean Kim Herden says it's a unique way to showcase local landscapes.
Sometimes there are pictures of the campus and local area, and people, have pictures in ways that we don't see things. And then there's supposed to be some of microscopic type art. I think that's going to be really cool too. So I'm looking forward to that.
The Samford family is coming together for its annual Easter egg hunt. The event will be held April 1st. It starts at 10 on the quad. Everyone is invited to attend for free, but you are also asked to register online at samford.edu/events. The Easter egg hunt is hosted by the Alumni Association and the Office of Greek Life.
With only 5 weeks left in the semester, many seniors are considering what their futures hold. As students plan to go their separate ways, senior Sarah South says she's preparing for a job in missions overseas. South will move to Ukraine for 3 years to minister to college youth. Through the church plant and Missions of the World, she says she's excited to raise support for students during the Ukrainian conflict.
And when the war started, that completely broke my heart for the people of Ukraine. And I was so moved to help them and do anything I could to help that led to me realizing I needed to move over there and just be with the people and be with the kids that I met and had fallen in love with.
She says she is thankful for how Samford has prepared her for this calling. Good luck to Sarah and every senior. Things are looking a little rough on campus right now. SNN's Caroline Spikes joins us from the quad with an inside look at a Bulldog favorite event, Rascal Day. Caroline?
Well, who let the dogs out? Today we're out here celebrating Rascal Day. What is Rascal Day, you may ask? Today we're commemorating a Samford graduate and a beloved tradition, Rascal. Rascal graduated from Cumberland School of Law and died in 1940. Ever since then, we've put on this tradition. Today, I'm with Maple. Maple, what does today make you feel? That's exactly what I was thinking too, Maple. Well, there you have it, folks. Rascal Day. This is Caroline Spikes with SNN.
Thanks, Caroline. That was so adorable.
That was amazing. Honestly, one of our best traditions here at Samford.
I agree.
Stay up to date with your latest Samford news with us online. Follow us at Instagram at SNN Samford.
Or you can watch our shows on YouTube at Samford JMC. Still to come on Samford News Network, Pro Day will feature many Samford Bulldogs this year. Learn more about how the players are preparing for this weekend's event.
Plus, a club sport favorite comes back to campus. Learn more about how the women's lacrosse team is forming. Samford News Network will be right back. Welcome back to Samford News Network. Yesterday, March 22nd, was Samford's Football Pro Day.
10 of our football players showcased their talents in front of XFL, USFL, and NFL scouts. It was at UAB's practice facility. They performed multiple drills such as the broad jump, 5-10-5, L drill, vertical jump, 40-yard dash, and the bench press. Some of the current football players came out to support their fellow teammates. Our dogs put on a show. 3 of our players, Nathan East, Hakeem Johnson, and Trey Elson, were able to do position-related drills to showcase their talents even further. To stay updated on their future, follow Samford's football social media account at Samford Football.
This past weekend, Samford baseball played a series against UT Martin, and last night they faced North Alabama. 4 wins were added to the Bulldogs' record over these 4 games. In the first game of the weekend, Andrew Bennett and Garrett Staten each had a home run. Jacob Cravey only gave up 1 run and pitched a career-high 13 strikeouts. The Dogs secured a sweep on Saturday night with a 6-4 win, and on Sunday with a 1-0 win. During their midweek game, the Bulldogs tallied 8 runs in the first inning alone. The game ended in a run rule, with the final score being 12-1. Heading into conference play this weekend, the Bulldogs will be on the road for a 3-game series at ETSU.
Opening day for Major League Baseball is only 1 week away.
While there is plenty of excitement to see stars like Shohei Ohtani and Spencer Strider take the field once again, MLB's newest rule is very controversial. Let's go to Caden Sturgis in the newsroom to hear more about the new pitch clock.
Thanks, Andrew. The largest story in the baseball world this offseason was the implementation of new rules. While larger bases really doesn't move the needle, the pitch clock was very controversial. College baseball has also implemented their own version of the pitch clock. Controversy around Major League Baseball's new pitch clock started in Northport, Florida.
And now what? He's out. They have called strike 3! Wow! This is mayhem! Oh! Automatic strike 3 called with the bases loaded, in 2023.
Major League Baseball isn't the only league with a pitch clock. College baseball has implemented a 20-second pitch timer for this season. While the clock is always visible in the MLB, time is kept by the umpire in the college ranks for 2023. This will change by next season when new, stricter rules go into effect. Samford manager Tony David was skeptical at first about the new rules.
I heard the premise of it. I thought, well, this is going to be crazy. For me and for us, the application of it really hasn't. It has rarely come up in the game for us, and it sped things up. There's no question it has had an effect.
The results speak for themselves in the minor leagues. Over the past few seasons, games have become 20 minutes shorter on average. While there has been a firestorm online regarding the Major League pitch clock, Coach David believes fans can adjust along with the players.
But it's an adjustment, but it hasn't been as dramatic as I thought it was, at least for me.
Changes to a game as old as baseball always come up with backlash. But if Coach Tony David can learn to love the pitch clock, so can even the most old school of baseball fans. College baseball has adapted well to the new rules. Fans have hardly noticed a change with the pitch clock, which bodes well for MLB next week. Back to you in the studio, Andrew.
Thanks, Caden. This past weekend, the track and field team traveled to Montevallo to start their outdoor season. They placed in the top 3 22 times and brought home 11 first-place finishes. Both the men and women took home first place in the 100-meter and 400-meter hurdles, as well as the 4x4 relay and the pole vault. The women also placed first in triple jump, high jump, and javelin throw. Next, the team travels to Mississippi State to compete in the Bulldog relays this weekend.
Both softball's game and women's soccer preseason game were canceled last night due to poor field conditions. Softball will be back in action at home this weekend to start SoCon play against Mercer. And soccer will continue their preseason games next Friday at Georgia State.
Women's lacrosse is back at Samford. I caught up with the players bringing Lakeshore lacrosse back. A couple of decades ago, the intramural fields were the birthplace of Samford soccer. But these days, the field is home to Samford's newest club sport, the women's lacrosse team. Although, they aren't completely new around here. Lauren Cotton went to Mississippi State as an undergrad. She remembers playing Samford in women's lacrosse. Once she came here as a grad student, she wanted to bring it back.
I heard a lot of interest that people wanted to play, a lot of people coming in from lacrosse schools, so I decided to recruit some girls.
From there, Cotton gathered a mix of former high school players and some who were new to the sport, and when they needed a coach, he knew who to call. Hunter Faulkner, her coach at Mountain Brook High. He says it's been easy to build a system around this team.
It's always challenging in the very beginning, but once everybody gets to know each other and you can remember people's names, then it just kind of flows. All these girls have been in teams settings before, so when they get into this team setting, it comes naturally to them.
The Bulldogs played UAB in their first game and will play 2 games in Auburn this weekend. But even more than the games, this season is about these players building friendships.
It's been amazing. It's been really fun. Every practice, we just grow closer and closer, and it's been really fun to get to know everybody.
Maybe someday, women's lacrosse will be a dynasty like the soccer team. But for now, they're here on the intramural fields, bonding quickly and having fun as a team. Want to keep up with the Bulldogs? Follow at SamfordWLax on Instagram for the latest game updates.
And now before we go, let's head back out to Caroline Spikes in the quad at Rascal Day.
Caroline, what's it looking like out there?
Hot dog, hot diggity dog. It's Rascal Day at Samford University, and we're celebrating and commemorating a Samford legend and graduate from Cumberland School of Law, Rascal. Today, I'm here with Louie. Well, Louie is now celebrating with rolling in the grass, as one would and as one should. Anyways, Louie, can you tell me a little bit what today means to you? Full of excitement here at Samford. And we have a furry friend with us. His girlfriend Maple. Well, I don't know if we can show that on live television. That being said, there you have it, folks, Rascal Day. Well, I'm Caroline Spikes with SNN. Have a paw someday. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Caroline. That's all the time we have left for Samford News Network. Join us again in 2 weeks for a special entertainment-based episode of SNN.
And in the meantime, get all your latest SNN news on YouTube at Samford JMC or on Instagram at SNN Samford.
Have a great day.